when the icy moonlight spills across the land. Demonic howls erupt from the wasteland's depths. A witch with legendary immortality teams up with an outlawed rogue, seeking to steal forbidden power that alters flesh. Yet upon entering scorched earth, they find all rules shattered. The deadliest trap proves to be human greed. What truth lies beneath the abyss? What secrets hide in the ruins? Our story begins on Earth's doomsday. After cataclysmic nuclear wars, the planet becomes barren wasteland. Survivors cower in a lone city, clinging to existence through despair. When all seems lost, new hope emerges from radiation. Some humans gain supernatural abilities to manipulate matter and energy with mere gestures, but not all transformations bring salvation. Most mutate into monstrous beings, the lost ones haunting beyond city walls. A century passes. Humans build a new empire from ashes, only to find it becoming fresh shackles. Under the apocalypse's fading glow, people toil endlessly for meager survival. Cracks emerge between empire and church, over power and ideology. The church recruits zealots, branding magic users as heretics for brutal extermination. Terror grips the city. Gray, last surviving witch-born in the Forsaken Land, receives a midnight visit from the Queen. The dying emperor's impending death threatens church-driven civil war. The Queen hires Gray to retrieve shape-shifting werewolf blood, key to transferring lycanthrope powers. As payment, the Queen offers gold and protection from church persecution. Gray accepts without hesitation. Palace guard Jerry interrupts her divination ritual, warning against giving the Queen werewolf powers. He bribes Gray with ancestral treasures. The witch coldly recognizes his jealousy, but accepts his golden pocket watch. Gray's vision reveals adventurers crossing a bone-choked riverbed toward a cave with crimson-eyed quarry. Her target, mutant werewolf Sado. Recognizing overwhelming danger, she recruits Roy, a battle-scarred bounty hunter familiar with the wastes. Roy warns of Sado's mountain of corpses at Skull River's banks, a graveyard where none return. Gray produces Jerry's time-manipulating watch. Roy agrees to guide her. Church assassins storm the tavern. Gray and Roy vanish instantly, leaving only a spinning coin behind. Church enforcer Kate seethes with rage, dreading her bishop's punishment. But new intelligence arrives. The Queen's secret deal with Gray. The bishop mobilizes all forces, appointing Kate to lead the witch hunt. Meanwhile, Gray and Roy race toward Windmill Town, unaware the church's net tightens around them. This place appeared unremarkable, yet Gray's old comrade Ross had settled here, providing them a secure base to regroup. With Ross's full support, Boyd scavenged supplies across the region, preparing thoroughly for their Skull River expedition. Time's pressure became tangible, but Gray found himself haunted by a prophecy. Taking their planned route risked ambushes or confrontations with deranged lost ones. Missing their moonrise deadline meant disaster. Post-full moon, the werewolf's power would multiply exponentially. Even combined, he and Boyd stood no chance. Yet skipping this opportunity meant waiting a year, with unpredictable consequences. As Gray wrestled with this dilemma, Boyd proposed a daring alternative, a forgotten trail following pre-collapse railway ruins that could save 3 days' travel. Though infested with lost ones, Gray accepted without hesitation. At dawn, they entered ruins shrouded in deathly silence. Skyscrapers reduced to skeletal remains. Gigantic fissures yawned like monstrous jaws. Their destination, Skull River, lay beyond the fissures. Meanwhile, Kate's train raced toward their position. The furious Queen confronted the bishop, demanding why he authorized Kate's expedition. The bishop coldly cited Gray's unforgivable crime. Their confrontation laid bare the regime's fractures. In Windmill Town, Kate tortured Ross for information, breaking his sister Mala's resolve. After extracting intel, Kate burned the town and gave chase. 3 days until full moon. At an abandoned cable car station, they found Ferryman Schiller hanged. As Boyd checked the cables, Kate's forces surrounded them. Using Mala as leverage failed. Kate executed her mid-negotiation. Enraged, Boyd attacked. Grace slid into the fray. Outnumbered, they retreated to the cable car. Fanatics leaped aboard as it descended. Kate severed the cables. Emergency brakes screeched. They clambered up cliff faces. Kate's sniper shot nearly dislodged Boyd, but Gray's hypnotic gaze created escape. Later, in nuclear plant ruins, train horns announced Kate's pursuit. Hiding cost precious time. 2 days remained. As night fell, unearthly howls surrounded them. Boyd pale, lost once. Gray toppled a gasoline drum. Suddenly, the ruins' lights flared to life. The two instinctively draw weapons into combat stance. In the darkness, a horrific face abruptly appears. A towering Lost One charges at them. Roy swiftly throws a lighter. Instantly, blazing flames erupt skyward, forming protective rings around them. The Lost Ones halt. Before they can breathe, new waves of Lost Ones surge from shadows. They carry metal plates, forcibly breaching the fire ring. These monsters display shocking organization. As Lost Ones penetrate the flames, Gray spins and blasts a creature away. But this proves futile. The tower roof swarms with Lost Ones. Staring down menacingly, their leader leaps into the fire ring, pinning Gray down. Bizarrely, the creature recognizes the witch, coldly warning, "You shouldn't be here." Gray's eyes flash with strange light. She instantly dominates the leader. Flames obey her left hand's command, engulfing the creature. All monsters burn to ashes within seconds. Roy stares in shock. Gray's power far exceeds his imagination. "Why not overthrow the corrupt empire?" he demands. Gray calmly explains, "The empire's fall is inevitable, but the time isn't ripe." She adds darkly, "Those craving power through foul means pay dearly, like this Lost One leader." Meanwhile, the pregnant queen launches her coup, exploiting the church's forces hunting Gray in the wastes. She smothers the dying emperor at midnight and ascends the throne. The archbishop feigns submission, while ordering Kate, "Find Gray immediately." To curb royal power, Gray reaches the flame zone. Crossing this brings them to Skull River. To spare Roy, Gray offers the pocket watch for his departure. Roy refuses. After surviving together, "I won't watch you die." He urges retreat. Gray reveals her curse. She must fulfill all bargains. They traverse ruins into a dark tunnel. Nearing Skull River, rail tracks suddenly tremble. Kate's forces approach. Gray orders Roy to hide, standing alone on the tracks. Kate's train charges forward. Gray sprints toward the tunnel mouth. Too late, Kate realizes. The tracks ahead are broken. Gray leaps into the abyss. With explosive impact, the train plummets and shatters. Roy rescues Gray midair. Learning of Kate's death, the archbishop rages, preparing armed revolt. Queen's Guard Jerry appears, slaughtering the archbishop's men. He executes the archbishop, consolidating the queen's rule. At Skull River, Gray and Roy find human bones littering the ground, victims of the mutant werewolf. Roy warns, silver weapons failed previous challengers. Gray remains unmoved. She equips silver claws. Under pouring rain and cold moonlight, the full moon rises. No werewolf appears. Roy steps forward to persuade her. Gray exposes his lie. "You're the mutant werewolf." Moonlight triggers Roy's transformation, but silver coins Gray embedded in his wounds. During earlier treatment, suppress the lycanthropic power. Gray hurls the pocket watch, casting illusions. Roy sees her as a black hawk, lunges to seize its wings, only to be impaled by silver claws. Chained and pleading, Roy begs for mercy, offering new deals through Gray's curse. Moonlight breaks through clouds. Roy begins transforming again. Without hesitation, Gray plunges silver dagger into his heart, burying Roy's body. Gray returns with werewolf pelt. Heretics enslaved by the church cheer. begging her to overthrow their oppressors. Grey watches solemnly, riding a wolf steed into the palace. She hands the pelt to Jerry. The queen must wear this before midnight, or the shape-shifting power fades. But Jerry confronted her, demanding why she hadn't kept her promise to stop the queen. Grey meaningfully replied she had eliminated the obstacles between herself and the queen. Thus, their transaction concluded successfully. Jerry immediately understood, then ignored Grey. When the queen learned the wolf pelt Grey obtained came from Boyd, she froze as if struck by lightning. Boyd was the queen's rumored lover and father of her unborn child. The queen sought werewolf power to escape with Jerry. Fate dealt her a cruel blow. Completely losing her sanity, drew a dagger. Without hesitation, killed Jerry beside her, then collapsed weeping on Boyd's wolf pelt. Meanwhile, Grey led oppressed humans storming the palace. Deafening battle cries erupted. The queen turned pale, rose to investigate. Commoners waved torches and weapons, launching frenzied assaults. Nobles couldn't organize resistance. Amid chaos and bloodshed, they revolted like merciless beasts. The palace became hell on earth. Grey accepted the queen's mission because prophecies showed the empire's fate. Killing Boyd would trigger collapse. Oppressed masses would rise, build a hopeful new world. At dawn's first light, Boyd's wolf pelt dissolved into stardust, drifting toward death-choked Skull River. Then, Boyd, supposedly killed by Grey, miraculously revived. His first act, hunting Grey for revenge. But Grey didn't evade, calmly revealed truth. She never intended to kill Boyd, needed his pelt to topple the empire, bring change to this rotten world. Hearing this, hatred faded from Boyd's eyes, replaced by quiet acceptance. Final scene, they shook hands, marched resolutely into the unknown wasteland. The film abandons traditional heroism, interjected existentialist inquiries between fights. The line between good and evil continuously blurs. Was the queen's pursuit of power inherently evil? Could protagonist resilience in adversity truly bring redemption?